Your boy Trigger Man, back in the lab. And today, what we have here. Today, I'm home from the shop, feeling a little under the weather. So, sipping some Theraflu. During the video, you may hear me cough or something, so just a heads up ahead of time. A little under the weather, so bear with me. But today, we're going to watch a video from a guy. Name of the channel is Donut, if you guys want to go check it out. I'll also leave a link in the description to the video. The guy is going to be spraying his own car. He's being coached by a professional painter, kind of like I did with James in the video a couple months back. So that's what we're going to watch. We're going to watch it together and see if we can learn anything, and we'll discuss as the video goes along. So let's see what we got here.
Today, I'm gonna be painting my car myself to figure out whether or not a homemade paint job can be just as good as a professional one. I have already sunk countless hours into prepping this car for paint, and if it all goes wrong, I'll have wasted weeks worth of blood, sweat, and tears. My name is Tristan, and this is Unclapped. Now, auto body and paint takes a lifetime to master. I've only done this a couple of times, and I can always learn a...
You hear that? It takes a lifetime to master. Truer words have never been spoken. It does take a lifetime to master this craft. I would say at about 10 years in, once you're about 10, 11 years in, that's when you really start to get the groove in you.
Couple more things. So I have my friend here, Mark, who's done it hundreds of times.
Hi, I'm Mark. I painted the Miata for Donut.
We just got to bounce back and forth between being in the booth and doing the final touches on.
Now Mark is gonna be the pro painter in this video, okay?
On the things that need it. We got a lot of work ahead of us, so let's get started. We are here at Merlot's Auto Body Paint Supply Store in Inglewood, California to pick up sealer, base, and clear. These are what we need to make that car look mwah. Now there's a lot of different brands, and there sure as hell is a lot of variation in terms of price. So we're gonna figure out what's the best option for us and our budget. This color right here is Porsche Signal Yellow.
Signal Yellow or Porsche?
Oh my God, it's beautiful. We're trying to keep this all under $1,000 for the supplies, which a lot of you guys are probably thinking, what, that's so much money. In this world, it's not.
Yeah, $1,000 for paint materials, primer, sealer, base, clear coat. It's not bad if you're getting something quality. You know, you guys, oh, I think I see right there in the back. See this here? I think that's high-tech. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like it is not clear. But now you can get some high-tech and you probably get out of there with, you know, $400. But I take it the guy wants his car to last, wants the paint to last. So you El Cheapo guys.
It's actually a pretty modest budget, wouldn't you say? What's up, boss? I met Fred last time when I was picking up paint for the Lexus.
I'm knocking them out the boot when we come to have them now.
And he was telling me that when he makes love, it's passionate.
You know, you gotta rub that booty, you know, and you gotta kiss them lips.
That's called primer.
Primer, there you go.
Yeah, we're in the lab right now cooking up a unique color. Wow, $550. We got the paint matched and mixed up. Soon I'm gonna be driving around a cute little school bus. All right, we're back from the paint store, and this is everything that we got. We wanted to stay under $1,000, and we did it at $952. First things first, we got our base coat.
Matrix Edge. Matrix Edge is some pretty decent paint. I like it. You know, I'm sure there's guys out there that are against it or whatever, but I personally have used it for years, and I like it. You know, even now at the shop, sometimes you guys will see when we go and get paint made up sometime, if we have some kind of, like the 3-stage Lexus SUV that I did that we had converted into a base coat clear coat, that was Matrix Edge. So pretty good paint. Cover's good. The metallics lay down even, the pearls are even. I like it.
So we're starting off with a white. We're gonna move on to the Porsche Signal Yellow. The reason we have two different colors of base coat is because the yellow doesn't really offer that great of coverage. Putting this white down is gonna make sure that we get that rich, vibrant color with no spotty bits. We have a nice European high solids clear. This is sort of a middle of the road-ish option. These two paint guns right here are guns that Mark blessed us with. We got our base coat gun and our clear coat gun. The most
So the Techno Pro Light 1.4 tip, the Euro 2200 clear coat gun 1.4 tip, Iwata clone. Okay, so Mark is using 1.4 for base and clear, kind of like what I like to do. I just recently started using a 1.3 tip for base, but yeah, 1.4, especially in Iwata. All of my Iwatas are 1.4 tips. I have a video I'm doing now about tips. I'm not sure if it's going to air before this video or after, but that's something you'll want to catch.
Important thing is the gun needs to be clean and you need to have the proper technique. Now obviously, as you get more and more expensive guns, they're a lot more user-friendly and they're a bit more predictable, but they're not necessary for getting a glass-like paint job. I paid $72 for this, and Mark has told me I can just use glass cleaner. It works just as good. It's just ammonia.
Hopefully. Let me see.
Does it taste like this?
Oh my God. Tastes like ammonia.
Tastes like ammonia.
Tastes like
All right, we're good, we're good. A little bit of glass cleaner. Suddenly my car feels leaner. Yeah, I'm a certified screamer. This is an FRS, not a Beamer. When I pull up in this car in LA, I want girls to say, who is that? What is that? What is his credit score? It's not good. All right, so we're about to go in the booth. Mark's about to lay down the first coat. I'm gonna study exactly what he's doing. Then I'm gonna lay down the second coat and, you know, sort of listen for his advice. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna start with the corners first.
You see that one motion that you did? You gotta be careful with that. It'll run.
I'm sure he meant the edges first. Said he's going to start with the corners, but he's starting with the edges.
Without you really realizing. Try to separate the bumper. You have these grooves. You have a lot of different angles on this thing. So if you break it up, it'll work in your benefit.
So I was a little heavy-handed in the booth, and as a result, I
got two runs there. One here, and then one here.
got a lot more material on that panel than I needed to, and I got runs. This is now dry enough for us to be able to touch it and take some of this glass cleaner, some of 600 grit on a foam pad, and I'm gonna very gently smooth her down. At the end of the day, I want to paint my car. And I know that I don't have all the knowledge in the world when it comes to painting cars, which is why Mark is an absolutely valuable resource, but it wouldn't be any fun if he just did all the painting. So I'm just gonna have to accept that I'm making mistakes, and I'm probably gonna keep compounding all those mistakes, but you just gotta try your best, man.
You're real stiff. So if you loosen up, go with it.
Like water.
Go with it, man. Make love.
Mark told him, make love. Make love to the panel.
That's better.
Better?
That's better.
Good, good. Thank God the white base coat laid down without any runs. Mark really taught me a lot. Really, I just had to, you know, go with the flow a little bit more. So, with the white down, we got this acetone here. We're gonna clean out the gun so we can be ready for the Porsche Signal Yellow. Brilliant, Tristan. All right. Oh my God. How much money did I just waste? Probably $5. Now the reducer. Reducer, since it's a solvent, is able to reactivate the primer or base or whatever is on the panel that you're spraying that allows that new liquid to latch on. And once it gases off or dries, it leaves you with a good finish. One time I poured paint into a paint gun while holding the trigger.
So honestly, I'm really stressed out painting this car because I'm in the presence of a lot of cameras and a lot of people, and I know for a fact, it's not if I mess up, when I mess up, it's gonna be captured in beautiful 4K and people are gonna roast me.
Good luck.
Thank you. This is scary.
Now, it's not only nervous because of the cameras around. When you're doing this anyway, it's like, even after almost 30 years of doing it, it's still, every time you go in there with a big job, like, you get nervous. It's normal, you know, to a certain degree. Not like nervous like you're having a panic attack, but you get a little nervous.
So much work goes into getting to this part. Oh, all right, here we go.
But the thing is like, I have to get back into that headspace that like I want the whole Unclap series to be, which is DIY. You're gonna make mistakes and you just gotta learn.
Facts. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna learn. You are gonna make mistakes. Dozens. And the longer you do it, hundreds and hundreds of mistakes. It's gonna happen. but just don't quit.
Okay, no runs. No runs. No runs.
Hell yeah, dude, you spraying like a painter.
With the knowledge that Mark taught me about distance and getting a little bit looser with it, guess what? We had no runs with the coat of Signal Yellow, which is wonderful. And now it is time to apply the big grand finale, what makes or breaks a paint job, the clear coat, my friends. We got this European High Solids Clear.
You know, I've actually never used the Matrix Clear. Matrix Edge AG40LV. I've never used the Matrix Clear. I've only used the base coat, and I like the base coat a lot. Cover's good, matches good, but I'm not sure about the clear. Chime in if you guys have used it. I'm sure it'll help somebody, let someone know out there. Guys are always asking me about the different clears, what's good, what can I recommend. Being that I've used the AmTech stuff for so long, that's pretty much all I've been using for the past 13 years. So yeah, if you guys have used this particular clear, drop it in the comments, let guys know if it's good or not.
We got the catalyst to activate it. The clear coat, you mix with the catalyst, it starts a chemical reaction to harden it. This is also the same reason that you really got to wear a respirator when you're dealing with this stuff, because I think it's called isocytokinates.
I don't know, it hardens up your lungs.
A very awful
Isocyanates.
way to die.
Yeah.
This is poison, but God, is it beautiful. How does the first coat go down?
You don't want it dry. That's where you get the orange peel from. That's where you get the crazy orange peel from. It'll be glossy, but it won't be shiny. And it's a weird look.
Orange peel is a word that's pretty commonly thrown around, and it's basically when the texture of the paint looks like an orange peel, like it's filled with divots and waviness and variations. So, just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna watch my boy Mark here lay down the first coat of clear, and I'm gonna study.
As soon as it gets wet, I step away from it. That's why I'm looking at the light. I'm looking at the light because I want to see the reflection of the light. If my reflection is real nice, then I know, okay, step away. Because if I keep going, it's gonna get shinier. But what's gonna happen?
It's gonna run. All right, here we go.
The way Mark was putting down his clear coat, it's rather interesting. Let me see.
As soon as it gets wet, I step away from it.
It's pretty commonly thrown around. First coat of clear.
Yeah, the way he's just kind of waving it on there. I mean, that's a little different.
I'm gonna study.
As soon as it gets wet, I step away from it. That's why I'm looking at the light. I'm looking at the light because I want to see the reflection of the light. If my reflection is real nice, then I know, okay, step away. Because if I keep going, it's gonna get shinier. But what's gonna happen?
It's gonna run. All right, here we go.
I think maybe on that clip, because he was doing around the, like the fog light cover, where the fog light goes, the insert, the hole there. Maybe he was kind of doing that there. Interesting. I never really seen it done like that. Yeah, nothing is wrong. This dude, I'm sure he's one badass painter. You know what I'm saying? But that just goes to show, you know, there's so many different ways to do all of this stuff the right way. You know.
There you go, just like that. And then hit that up to right here. There you go. There you go, dog. You're a collision painter.
Woo! I'm a collision painter. I'm a collision painter.
If you can make a first coat look that good, the second coat is easy. You'll see on that second coat how it just melts into that first coat, but it's still crucial. See how it just melts on there?
Yeah.
See what I told you guys in my last video with the high chicker spray gun, when I was getting all excited and I was like, man, this is a dopamine. You get excited. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing something like that and it goes good, of course, duh. But yeah, man, it's like a rush of adrenaline, man. It feels good, you know. And you could tell when it's genuine, like, you know, someone really feels that.
Hey, dude.
That's
What's
cool.
up, dude? You want a job?
Because we put so much work into this, all the sanding and priming and more sanding and more priming and more sanding. Even like an hour ago, my heart was like pounding out of my chest because I was like, don't f up, don't f up. You just lock in. And I locked in, boy. I locked in! How many runs did I have?
None.
None! Ah! Oh, yeah. That's the end of today. See you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is day 2, and I want you to take a look at the work. I'm really happy with how it turned out. There's a few imperfections. There's a sag in the base coat, a sag in the base coat, and then that's a body imperfection right there. Honestly, I'm probably gonna redo just this section. A cut and buff is always necessary if you want a super uniform flat shine. So far,
Or you can just flow coat it with the high chick.
the biggest thing that I can say when you're taking on a project like this is you're probably gonna get pretty damn overwhelmed. But just seeing those 2 bumpers right there with the clear on, just painted, I don't know. Like, it enriches me, it's energizing me. And also the sunlight is awesome. I feel like I'm photosynthesizing right now. A little bit more filler work on the doors, man. I thought I got them straight. Marky Mark was like, low spot. And I was like, oh, damn. Damn, it needs that much? There's no way.
That's not a lot.
Real body men use cardboard. And you suckers with all the sheets. You gotta tear off the sheets and mix it on your, man, real body techs. Look at Marky Mark. Man, Marky Mark using cardboard and a mixing stick. Come on, man.
That's a lot, bro. That's a fat serving a mint soft serve right there. This is called a skim coat. Most of it, like 90% of it, is sanded off the car. This just allows you to smother it all on in one pass and not worry about pinpointing different areas that end up kind of forming waves. Marky Mark just told me that if we're spreading a lot of filler, at the end of the day, we should take a cold shower. Why is that?
It's a weird, like, I don't know, I call it like solvent sick, but it's like you feel like you have a cold, like a really bad cold, but it's all the dust. When it seeps into your skin and all that, if you take like a really hot shower, all this stuff seeps into your pores and you're just really itchy, man.
Yeah, cold shower. I do remember that. Cold shower. It's when you're covered in Bondo dust and also with fiberglass. You get fiberglass and stuff on you because you'll itch for days with fiberglass. But they do say to you, take a cold shower. You can take cold, get most of it off of you, and then you can turn it warm, I guess. But don't start out immediately with a hot shower because it opens your pores and all of that stuff will just seep in.
And so if I spread a lot of Bondo, I'll take a cold shower and I'll just wash all that stuff off and then heat it up after.
Oh my God, dude. What? Dude.
He's stoked.
I love it.
Isn't it a nice color?
That is a great color.
He's
Is this gonna be finished this week?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Better than Plasti Dip?
Yeah, a little better.
Yeah, dude. Oh, let's see what Steph thinks. Steph is here.
Oh, hey, Steph.
What? You did this? Mark did this.
No, I was in there
You
spraying.
did this?
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Everything is beautiful. Everything is right. It's time to clean these off, get them in the booth. That ain't going anywhere.
That ain't going
That
nowhere.
ain't going anywhere. And put down our first base coat of white. All right, so the first coat of the white base is down.
And that is smart to put the white down. Put white down under yellow. Also with red, when you're spraying reds, usually a white, you get coverage better.
It went down with a little bit of spotty coverage, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of time before I get back in there and lay down a second, because I'd hate to sort of fix those little areas and have it run. Quick little pro tip. Don't worry too much about getting exact full coverage on your first coat.
Quick pro tip. Don't worry about getting coverage on your first coat.
You wanna get that material down on the panel.
Those of you who've been around for a while, you know why I did that. Those of you who are new, go back and watch old footage.
So the second coat will have a better time adhering to it once it kind of dries a little bit more.
I feel a lot more confident today than yesterday. I'm feeling good.
Second coat of the white base is down. It's looking good. We got the coverage we need. Now I'm gonna clean this gun out and load it up with that Porsche Signal Yellow and get the blasting.
While Tristan is in the booth spraying some paint, me and Mark are gonna tackle the fenders and make sure there's no imperfections and stuff.
If I actually was employed at a body shop and I routinely spilled this much, I would have my ass kicked.
I can give you the full body shop experience.
No, I don't want the full body shop experience, dog. Oh.
Full body shop experience.
Oh no, not again.
Hey, micro machine.
I'm sorry. For real, I didn't mean to spill it.
How do you expect to pay this back exactly?
I'll figure it out, I promise. I cannot lose this job.
I think I get some ideas.
Time to lay down the first coat of that signal yellow.
Hold on. What the bomba?
Oh no,
Hold on.
not again.
Hey, micro machine.
I'm sorry. For real, I didn't mean to
I know I didn't just see what I think I saw.
spill it.
How do you expect to pay this back exactly?
I'll figure it out, I promise. I cannot lose this job.
I think I get some ideas.
Time to lay down the first coat of that signal yellow.
On the side skirts. Let's get to it.
That would have been my last day on the job. That was cool though.
What is that? Oh, it's the can. The can. It's okay. It's okay. We'll wait for that to tack up a little bit, and then we'll wet sand it out, and we'll be okay.
That's why you need DeVilbiss D-Cups, disposable cup system. Any disposable cup system. Back in the days, those cups there with the top, yeah, that would happen. They would always drip. We put tape around them. Yeah. I don't miss them. I don't miss them at all.
Oh my God! Quick tip. Mark just told me in incidences where it has a little droplet like that, you just blast it with a little bit of air to flatten it out so you have less work when you're wet sanding. You're smart, man.
I paint cars for a living. If I was smart, I'd pay somebody.
I'm going very, very slow. Almost
I like Mark. He seemed like a cool dude.
letting gravity do the work. The big thing that we want to make sure we don't do is tear through the layers of paint, because this is still very soft. It's hardened up enough, but if I start feeling any resistance, it might start pulling those layers and it'll tear. Yeah, you really gotta wait for it to dry then. Smooth, smooth, smooth.
For these little nooks and crannies and stuff, we're gonna go ahead and use Scotch-Brite to abrade the surface as well as remove that guide coat and get it ready for paint.
All right, goodbye, you son of a Let's punish this guy over here. Be gone. Time to get the annoying bits. Okay. I need to do some yoga, man. I'm stiff as a board, bro. You can barely see it. Barely. The last coat of base went down beautifully. I managed to wet sand out all that funny business and drops I got on the panel, so we're Gucci there. So now we're gonna let this set up
Gucci
for a little bit while I mix up the clear coat.
There's gonna be somebody in the comments that's gonna say, "Hey man, I'm gonna say, go to the hospital, you're having a stroke."
Woo, that looks good. You see that? Woo. Man, this carbon fiber against this yellow is gonna look so tough. It's gonna look tight.
I like that yellow. I'm not really a fan of yellow, but that yellow, I don't know, it almost looks like it has a orangish kind of look to it. But yeah, it's nice. It looks nice.
Tight.
Like the Bumblebee yellow, like I don't like those. Like, you know, the Chevy and that Bumblebee loud, bright yellow. Nah, but this is cool. I like this.
Tight.
I don't know how that happened, but that wasn't masked off. So I'm just gonna hit that with some sandpaper and knock that down.
Acetone.
Huh? Acetone?
Get a little bit of acetone on a rag.
And that'll smear right off?
Yeah, so you can carefully take it off, yeah. Get that Scotch-Brite and just scuff that edge just a little bit, because that acetone will leave like a little bit of a haze.
Oh, because it's melting it.
Yeah, so you'll have like an orange tint on that little corner.
Oh.
Mark is the man.
But now you won't. How'd it go?
Okay.
Okay.
It's all fixable stuff though. There's one run, the part that faces the ground, there's some runs, there's a good bit, because it's just vertical. I'm not freaking out about it.
There you are.
Yeah, I am.
There you are. I can see it.
Don't freak out. that's when you really start to screw up. Don't freak out. All that'll do is make things worse. Just keep moving forward.
Yeah, we can see it in your little Animal Crossing face. What did I tell you, Mark? That motherfucker is not real.
Hello, everybody. It is day 3, the final day of all of our paint work. Today we're doing the chassis and the doors. We gotta clean up all the little duty-wooties. It's like 80% there, but we just need to go over it with a fine-tooth comb. Something looming over me is the fact that all the trim and weather stripping that is faded and cracked, that all needs to be replaced or restored or repainted, because against that fresh new paint job, it's gonna look just so whack. As you guys can see,
Let's skip through some of this.
clean before you put any paint all back down. So really the best thing to do is just leave it as it is, but wet it down with some water so that way everything sticks and settles and stays in place instead of getting kicked up in the air. And remember, y'all, this booth really needs to stay up all night, because if it deflates, if the power shuts off, if the circuit breaker goes for whatever reason, and this tent collapses on that car, we are so f***ed. It's gonna be so bad and I will actually cry. So, Heber has graciously volunteered to stay through the whole weekend to make sure the tent doesn't collapse.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to spend my weekend at the office.
Man, he got dude gonna stay the whole weekend, stay there and make sure the booth doesn't collapse. Man, I know he's clocking some overtime for that one.
And sit right next to the breaker. Wait, how am I gonna know if the breaker pops up?
You have to sit next to the breaker the whole time. It's time to go mascaroni Tony on this homie. We have a banquet of wrapping paper, plastics, tape, more tape, and a lot more tape.
Hold on.
Tape.
You see doing that tape trick? Nah, this dude has been around. He's been around for a little bit. This ain't his first rodeo. I know he said he painted a couple cars at the beginning of the video, but to do that off the leg, yeah, that takes some practice. That takes practice. When I first learned this trick here, I used to take rolls and rolls of tape, a sleeve at a time, and practice it. It might have took me maybe 30 rolls of tape until I finally got it. But yeah, so doing that, I know he knows a thing or two.
More tape and a lot more tape.
He's playing like he don't know, but he knows to do that trick there. Yeah.
That's why I'm so bad at taping. My hands are perpetually wet.
Because you're nervous?
No, I have this thing called hyperhidrosis, where my hands are always pouring sweat. Man, I want to be on that scooter right now. This is the big moment. The car is about to go into the white base coat. Remember, the white first for coverage and then the yellow after.
All right, I'm gonna skip through a little bit. Let's get rolling.
There's some oil somewhere, but it's hard to tell what it is. I gotta get in there. Tristan! There's some weird fisheye shit going on.
Is it like a chemical reaction?
There's some oil somewhere, but it's hard to tell what it is.
Bummer.
Tristan, would you mind if I showed you on that side?
I really screwed the pooch. Really? I think my biggest thing was I was so concerned about coverage when I really just should have thought about getting down a light first coat.
He was more concerned about coverage when he should have put down a light coat. Yeah, maybe spraying inside of one of those things. I've never used one of those inflatable spray booths, but yeah, I'm not sure. But I don't practice that light coat stuff, so but we're different there. But again, neither way is wrong. But probably in a atmosphere like that, I probably would too. I don't know.
Look at him. He's basically just dancing around that panel. Whereas with me, you see how I'm spraying. I'm thinking too much.
Tristan is freaking the f out right now.
You know what it is? Huh? Wear gloves.
Let me out.
What's going on in there?
You know how I'm like a really sweaty guy?
Yes.
You can see where my hands were.
Oh, okay.
Those are called fisheyes, and that means that the surface was contaminated. In the heat of the moment, we were thinking it was my nasty, sweaty hands because I have hyperhidrosis, but really, that wouldn't make any sense. I wasn't just smearing all over there. I really do think that the glass cleaner we were using, because it was ammonia-free.
Oh my God.
Tastes like ammonia.
Not enough stuff had evaporated off, and we just got fisheyes.
Don't beat yourself up, man.
That's possible. That's very possible.
All right, let's fix it.
Glad to see our quarterback with his spirits uplifted and ready to go back in. And who knows, man, we might win the game.
Only care about that section. For that moment, care about that section. And then move on. Okay. Move on. Don't stay there and don't fixate on something that you see. If you start seeing a run, don't think like, oh, I'm just gonna run the whole damn car. Screw all that. It's gonna happen to you.
Great advice. And when you're painting, if you come across an area that's bad, something happens, you look down, you see it, don't sit there and fixate on it. Keep moving, because you're going to have to let it sit up and dry anyway to address it. So just keep moving. It sounds a lot easier than it is, I know, but when you're painting, something happens, move around, go on to the next panels, keep going, and then come back to that. The longer you sit there and worry about it and then even try to attempt to bother with it while it's still wet, it's just gonna ruin your day.
You got this.
Second coat went down a lot better.
We persevere, we keep going. We have to have this car painted tonight. There's no other option. I just had to calm the down and lock in.
That run that we got over on the quarter panel, what Mark did is he took a razor blade and just gently scraped off the big chunk of the run. The fact that that's the only one makes me feel good. It's time to mix up the last batch of base coat, the yellow one for this guy.
Here we go.
The color just touched down and it looks incredible.
I agree. I like that color.
Oh, now he's there, man. Now he's all comfortable.
I just needed to calm down. I was way in my head. I was overthinking everything.
I'm really happy.
He was overthinking everything.
Happy with how it turned out. I got 0 runs in it. The coverage is excellent. The entire car, front to back, is ready for that clear coat. Let's get mixing.
Shall we dance?
Okay. How many PSI? What's the fan adjustment? Man, that looked like the damn iWater LPH 400. He did say a iWater clone, but look at it.
Oh my God.
Doesn't it look like a piece of candy?
I can't believe you did that. You really popped your with this one.
Ta-da! Take a gander. I have a single color yellow shiny car. But after weeks of prep work and a lot of stress in the paint booth, is it worth it? Is this comparable to a $10,000 to $25,000 paint job? And my answer to that is no. Unfortunately, it is not yet, because I think we can redeem ourselves. The coverage is fantastic. There's not too much dry spray really anywhere. The biggest problem I have is runs. We can cut those down, we can wet sand them, and get ourselves a Buongiorno paint job. Biggest problem that I see though is with those fisheyes that happened on the fender. I might have to strip those down and respray those, but we'll see. I really want to shout out everybody that we've met working on this video, like Mark and the people over at Merlot's. Even though it's not perfect, I learned a ton, and the next car I do is going to be even better. Did I save money doing this by buying all of the materials myself, buying the $400 Amazon paint booth and some throwaway paint guns? Yes! Did I learn thousands of dollars of knowledge? Yeah, 100%. The best way to make your at-home...
I think for him, with $1,000, like $900 and something in paint material, $400 in spray booth, plus all the other stuff that he had to spend behind the scenes or whatever. Yeah, he still saved money, like you said, but the knowledge that he gained, you know, that was that was worth more than anything he paid.
Home paint job look like a professional did it is with a thing called the cut and buff. I brought it up a couple times. It's just wet sanding and polishing. We're gonna be doing that to the entire car. We're gonna be getting rid of the runs. We're gonna be putting on a carbon roof, headlights, taillights, all sorts of neat stuff in the next episode. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all. Goodbye.
Yeah, so pretty interesting. And that's the reality of, you know, a lot of you guys that are doing this from home. I mean, that's pretty much what you're gonna get, you know. Unless you've been watching The Trigger Man for the last 2 years, then I'm sure you're gonna do a lot better. But yeah, so yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'll leave a link to this video in case you guys want to check it out, and then also maybe you can follow up with his next video when he does a cut and buff, or follow the car along. But yeah, that was it. Channel called Donut. Pretty cool. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to Mark, Pro Painter. Salute. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.